Hi, I'm actually with Scott Moran, and we're at the Lowton First Midland Meet of the year, and some of the top runners and riders are here to play today. But Scott is not driving this weekend, and in fact currently in a retired status, Scott. But I've seen you out quite a bit. So what are you doing this year?
I haven't really got anything planned. Graham's the car I've shared with Graham Wynn over the last few years. He's running again this year. And I'm, giving him a hand with the prep and bringing it to and from meetings and just helping him hopefully get quicker.
Yeah, I mean, we know this is a top-level car. He's made some changes over the winter. He was telling me he's got a new wing at the back, but he hasn't quite got the new wing for the front. Is that right?
Yeah, we got the new rear wing, which is a bit bigger, and there's a bit more weight in the back, in the underside of the car to give it a bit more traction at the rear. But to balance it out, we need a couple of little gurneys and bits, and a bit more angle of attack on the front wing, and that just balances the car out. So, at the minute we're not in an optimal position setup yet, but it's we've got the bits coming. So, yeah, hopefully just now fingers crossed tomorrow we'll have some of the more bits on there and try it out.
Yeah, I mean, for folks who don't understand this sort of stuff, this is the top level car. This is a Gould GR59J, which is a Judd V8 engine in the back, 4 litres, probably about 670 horsepower, roughly. And I'm guessing this is as good as they get, because they've won so many championships, including yourself, only 6 times, of course. So, did you win all your championships in Goulds?
Yeah, I've got all mine are in our Gould, which is basically an older model of this, which has a GR61, which sounds a bit backwards because this is a 59, but ours was actually a Ralt tub, and they'd already penned the 59 when ours was built. So that's where the numbers come out a bit skew-if, but yeah, ours is essentially sort of an ex-circuit derived tub. And then Gould have sort of made it so it'll take a V8 in the back, and obviously their aero and suspension packages. But yeah, it was a Gould, and I jumped in that in 2005 and never looked back really. Found quite happy with it.
So you won 6 championships in that one car, was it? Which is pretty amazing, isn't it? And you shared this car with Graham last year, didn't you? 23?
21, 22, 23.
20, yeah. And I mean, obviously you got plenty of runoff wins as well, but this is the top level, so it's quite it's not going to be cheap, is it, to get into this top level of eventing?
No, that is one thing. The Gould is the pinnacle of sport, and it's for anything that you get for it's going to be pricey, but it's all very nice and very lovely. So
yeah, of course we got Sean's here as well. Sean, he's the builder of these cars, and it's Graham there as well. We might be able to grab a few words with him. Scotty, as ever, mate, lovely talking to you again, and we'll catch you later. Yeah, cheers for now. Well, I'm with 2 legends of the sport here. Well, we have Graham Wynn here, who owns this magnificent Gould that I was just talking to Scotty there, and we got Sean Gould, the builder, the man that builds them.
Yes.
When did you start, Sean?
When did we start? Well, before that, I mean, my father was building cars in the 1970s, mid-1970s himself, and I can remember being a little lad of 6 or 7 years old, being in the workshop there with gas welding torches and all sorts of things, which you wouldn't be allowed to do these days, but that's where I sort of learnt my trade.
Now, I remember when I was at Classic Nostalgia last year, you brought your original Gould, the red one, which was Chris Kramer won the championship in 1985 in that car, from my recollection. That was your first car. Tell me about that. Somebody said, it was built in the shed. Is that true?
Yes, it's built in a very small wooden shed, just a bit bigger than the car, with very small folders and guillotine, because it's mainly aluminium construction. It was built in a very small area.
Yeah, that was, for me, it was such a lovely car. It was beautiful. I saw it in the paddock. I thought, oh, that's gorgeous. And then I thought, that's proper old school car with the aluminium monocoque and everything, and proper gearbox, and no modern stuff on it at all. And then when you drove it up the hill, that was great, because you weren't hanging about. When Chris Kramer won the championship in 85, wasn't it? Was it running a Hart engine, wasn't it?
It was. It was running a 2.5 litre Hart engine, which was, a nice cami engine in those days. Latterly, it had a 2.8 Hart for the second season, which wasn't quite as nice, but the 2.5 revved a little bit harder. So it was a lovely engine.
Now you're still competing, obviously, and that's great to see. Well, no, still very rapid. You hold hill records still. You still hold the hill record at Chelsea Walsh, 22:37 from memory. And tell me about that run. How did you put that together?
I think it was a combination of doing a lot of events there through COVID, building up my knowledge of the car and the settings on the car, and then being involved in that meeting. Wallace was in front of me, and I saw the arms go up in the air because he broke the hill record in front of me, and I knew Alex was behind me and quite likely to break the hill record again as well. So that was one of those runs where you said it's all or nothing, and I really just did it was a very surreal moment, really, because it was one of these things where they say in sport everything goes silent. It was exactly that situation. Everything went silent, and I just got the perfect run, really.
You did the same here. I remember watching you break the hill record here at the last run of the day in horrible cold conditions, and you told me the other day that it was just like perfect.
Yeah, it was one of those. Again, I had a poor first run off that. I didn't qualify for the first run off. It was the very last run of the meeting, I think, because I qualified fastest as well. And again, I sat on the line, sort of shook myself and said, "What are you here for? You're going to do it." So I just leant on the car all the way up. But it was one of the. Again, there was actually wet patches on the course when I did it, and I had one or two little lockups, but it was just smooth, very, very smooth and very, very clean. And I didn't kill too much speed, and the car exited the corners, in a good speed. So it just had very good traction at that point. So it's just one of those runs where it just all falls into place.
We were gobsmacked, folks. It was incredible to watch, actually, because I was halfway up Cedar Straight on one of the Marshall's posts, and I watched you. I thought, he's hanging about. And then you broke the hill record. Fantastic to watch. Can I introduce you to Graham Wynn? Graham, lovely to see you again. Graham Wynn, OBE, of course, and the Wynn Foundation. You do a lot of work outside your hill climbing, but so today you're here, you're in the Midland Championship, which you were very, very close to winning last year, weren't you?
Not actually the Midlands, but in the top 12 runoffs.
Yeah.
So it was going down to the wire with Jonathan Varley and myself, and it was entirely down to me. I spun the car on the last corner of the last run of the season, which really blew it. So I lost it by a couple of points to Jonathan. But it's great because it was good competition all year. We're here to enjoy ourselves, and that's what we managed to do. And it's great when you've got a bit of rivalry as well with different cars, and you're competing against your own class. So I think I was second in the class, and then for the big cars, which pleased me, and then second in the top 12. So that was good. So bring on this season, and let's see how we get on.
Tell us about your Wynn Foundation.
So wife and I were fortunate that we sold our business 8 years ago, and we managed to put a 7-figure lump sum into a charitable foundation to support good causes across the county of Shropshire where we live. And I'm a bugger for telling people that I come from God's county, which is Shropshire, and we've got a really good voluntary and charitable sector. So a little bit of money can go a long way to help people, supporting those that are in need across the county. So that gives us a lot of pleasure. I'm also a trustee of the Shropshire Community Foundation as well, and another 3 trusteeships. So I'm find that now I'm retired, I'm just busy doing sort of charity stuff across the county. But I try and leave enough time to have a play with these things.
And very good he is too, actually, folks. And he's got a lovely collection of cars. But to watch you driving this up, magnificent bit of kit that young Sean built, great to see. Long may you do it, folks. Thank you very much, Graham.
Cheers.
Sean, you're a ledge too. Fantastic.